Hello, how's it going? Tabletop Chuck here, and I wanted to do a video today for Dark Angels going into 10th edition. What I have sitting here in front of me is a combat patrol. It's the current combat patrol for Dark Angels. We have a Primaris Chaplain. This is that model right here. I put some pictures of him on my YouTube page. You got the Redemptor Dreadnought. I have this one with the Flamer and the Stormbolter frag cannons. Yeah, frag grenade launchers. And the plasma. The flavor that you want to go with Dark Angels is plasma. You want to go plasma. So there was a point cost in 9th edition that made plasma more expensive. We'll see what that's like. Going into 10th, we haven't really seen what point cost is going to be for building armies. They have given us ideas of how we can build lists, and so on and so forth. Right here, we have Inceptors, which is a fast attack unit. I equipped them with plasma. So we got Intercessors in the combat patrol box, and they are going to have your regular bolt rifles, right? And they have the assault, rapid, or heavy keyword attached to their bolt rifles now going into 10th edition. The chaplain, they haven't, it's surprising that they haven't given any chaplain secrets yet. They haven't told us nothing about chaplains yet. Only Captain Librarian in Terminator armor and Captain in Terminator armor. We haven't really seen any other Space Marine HQs yet, so that'll be an exciting release to know what chaplains are going to do. You have your HQ model, which is the leader of your forces. So leading this combat patrol is the Primaris Interrogator Chaplain. The troop choice for this combat patrol is a 5-man squad of intercessors. This is the sergeant with the sword, sergeant up front. The elite slot choice is the Redemptor Dreadnought. And then the fast attack is the Inceptors. If you're new to 40K, what does that mean, right? What did you just say to me, okay? Leader of the unit, your regular infantry troops. Fast attack has more movement. They're going to get different stratagems. They hit faster, a little more hits, usually, not all the time. And then your elite units are your heavy hitters. They're the ones that are going to have special rules. They could be game changers if ran the right way in certain games. Your elite units are the bread and butter. That's what's going to take other units really off the board. I mean, everything's important. Everything has its role. But your elite units are going to be elite. They are going to remove other models off the board. That's their intention. So what I recommend, Dark Angels could Combat Patrol box, the current one that they have out, if you're a new player going into 10th edition, absolutely. I would highly recommend this box. It's a really good one. It's a great start off. Every Space Marine army can use a chaplain. Chaplains always benefit a Space Marine army. Your intercessors are super basic, super easy. In this combat patrol, you get 5 of them, and if coming with our new Grim Resolve rule in 10th, where we keep our objective control at least 1 point if we're battle shocked, I think a 10-man unit of intercessors isn't going to be bad. You're going to be able to move and shoot with them, or you can rapid shoot with them, or you can do heavy, where if you stand still, you get +1. That's really good with the unit. It really is. And they're probably not going to be too point costly. So my first few games of 10, I might run some 10-man intercessor units and see what kind of stuff we can get out of our troop units. And I didn't run too many troop units because they didn't really get what they could do on the table out of them in 9th edition. So I think 10th that's going to change. Our Inceptors, they were very costly. They cost a lot of points in the last edition. This edition, we'll see what they cost, but they are a deadly unit. Coming in from reserves, they have great movement. They have the fly keyword. We'll see if that sticks here in 10th edition. You can really learn some tactics and techniques bringing this type of unit into your first play style with Warhammer 40K, right? Then you got the Redemptor Dreadnought. Same thing. He will teach you a lot of tactics, teach you versatility. He moves 8. You have the plasma cannon, so that's a D6 number of shots. We'll see if that sticks to the new edition. And he punches really heavy, so you get like all phases of the game with him. I think you could really round out learning how to play 40K okay with this box. You could learn the rules, and it does complement Dark Angels in the fact that, I mean, hey, it's plasma. Plasma is like really good bug killer, and that's what we're all doing right now. We're defending Terra against Tyranids. So get the raid. Plasma's like a raid. It will kill them. So Dark Angels run plasma because they're the best. They're the first Legion, and they developed all the best weaponry, and we're using it to exterminate Xenos filth across the galaxy. So that's what I highly recommend. So let's talk about going into 10th edition. Word resolve for the Dark Angels is, like I said, they don't move objective control when they're battle shocked. That's real big because you will still be able to collect points from said objective if you're on it. Big deal. And 10th edition Battle Shock initiates. It does initiate throughout the game in the command phase, and then so it's command phase. Battle Shock is in that phase. Then you get movement, shooting, charge, and fighting. There is no more psychic phase, so that's pretty cool. Dark Angels, we have Ezekiel, who is a really good psychic character. And so I'm excited to see what his new data slate is going to be with his studies. We're going to see he's a really good buffer. That's mainly what he did, was he really enhanced the Deathwing. I mean, he can enhance any unit, but you put Ezekiel with the Deathwing, I mean, dude, they were unstoppable. They were re-rolling hits and wounds in melee, and it was really good. Ezekiel was really good. I brought him in every single list until they nerfed Deathwing pretty bad. So anyway, I digress. There is no psychic phase anymore. Psychic is built into the abilities of the armies. If you have any questions, you can comment below. Subscribe to Tabletop Chuck, and we can discuss more tactics and use for your Dark Angels to learn 40K. If you're transitioning from 9th, the few changes that you're obviously going to notice is the no psychic phase. When fighting, you have to be base to base. Battle Shock looks like it's going to be a really big part of the new system. If you're familiar with 40K from 9th edition, well, then strength and toughness is the same. You wound on a 4 or more. If it's greater, you wound on 3 or more. If it's double, 2 or more. Vice versa. If your attack is weaker, then it's a 5 or more. And if your attack is less than double their toughness, then it's 6 or more. So that hasn't changed. Another good change going in from 9th to 10th is universal language. They are cutting out all the different names and words and flavors that they have for everything. And Philippians are Philippines across the board for everybody. Things are fight first, the same across the board for everybody. So it's pretty cool. There's some really good channels out there that you could see and get some good looks at and some 10th editions already running. You can get some good information from Glacial Geeks, Scar, Scat, Cast, and Mini Wargaming. Those are some really cool cats. Really good videos on 10th edition so far. There's many more out there: Tabletop Tactics, Vanguard Tactics, Play 40, all those guys. So have fun wargaming, and like I said, comment below or subscribe and let me know if you want to talk more Dark Games. Nobody